England's rising power was a soldier's son who first played for Gloucestershire in 1920, the summer of his 17th birthday. Walter Hammond, Wally Hammond, was 25 years old when he went to Australia in 1928-9 with Percy Chapman's side, and there made a string of test scores which, like Bradman's of a year later, demand to be recited. It was a slow start, 44 and 28 at Brisbane, but then 251 at Sydney, 200 and run out, 32 at Melbourne, 119 not out, 177 at Adelaide. And then in the second Melbourne test, where Australia pulled one back from 4-0 down, 38 and 16. Walter Hammond's aggregate for the 28-9 series was 905, his average 113, which gave Englishmen something to applaud, Australians something to ponder, and the emergent arch-competitor, Don Bradman, something to attack. Hammond made 167 centuries, 22 of them for England, including this one at his favourite ground, Sydney. And his scores included the then world record test score of 336 not out with 10 sixes, made in New Zealand immediately after the Bodyline tour. His final career aggregate of 7,249 runs was a test record for many years. In 1927, he'd become the first batsman apart from W.G. Grace to score 1,000 runs actually in the month of May. Thereafter, records came to him with deceptive ease. He was relaxed of movement, but full of power. Just the kind of athlete any young man would wish to be. Of countless commanding innings, his 240 at Lord's against Australia in 1938 was perhaps the greatest. From a score of 31 for 3, he quite simply took control, as he so often did, of a fraught situation. It was the perfect captain's innings. Of those who played full seasons, Hammond stood astride the national batting averages in all 7 summers preceding the Second World War. His cover drive, the classical model. His reliability, a cricketing Bible. On the grounds of England and overseas, he was the champion, even if W.G. Grace had patented the title. And the master, even if Hobbs, now retired, had made that affectionate nom de guerre his own. Denzel Baxter spoke of Walter Hammond's proconsular presence. At times that seemed almost an understatement, as he turned even the fierce place of Ted MacDonald and the twisting menace of Grimmett into child's play. He did nothing for his reputation by continuing in the difficult years following the war, although he went to Australia with hope. Glimpses of the champion of old were there at times.
The best performance was Hammond's imperturbable innings of 208. His first 100 took 3 1/4 hours, his second an hour and 3/4. The MCC scored 477, but it was lucky for them that while others left, their captain stayed on and made sure of a first innings lead.
Thereafter it was the haven of the press box, and eventually hard times and obscurity in South Africa, a tragic decline for a British sporting monument.